somebody is studying you because they want to know how the hell you so patient. You so patient on love and peace and understanding. Even with all the discord going on around you, you found balance within your circumstance. And you survive in there and you thrive in there. But somebody is really trying to study you. So, just real quick, cleaning up my space. Just dropping a video prior to this one. Your family in the background and waiting for messages from the ops to see what's going on in your life. But upon cleaning the decks, I end up pulling out the Egyptian gods deck, and the oracle cards are saying that I put them in a pyramid alignment, right? First card out, understanding. Somebody is trying to understand you standing up in your feminine power, but nobody's able to overtake you. No. All right, so it's two cards right next to it. I didn't turn up. But then after that, the card that turns up, oh, sorry, because I'm trying to make sure it's no nakedness, really, right? The card of understanding. You're not over here too focused on hypersexualized energies. You have a masculine energy that's fading away. Trying to get my hand out of the way. Trying to cover her boobies. It's blue. I don't know if it counts for YouTube guidelines. But he's so busy and granular, always trying to chase the cosmic essence of feminine energy amongst his phallus. That type of energy. Always stuck hypersexualized, thinking how he could get her up to give it up, get her legs up in the sky. But you not succumbing to these energies. You not expelling your life force on these energies that only have one hyper focus is allowing you to maintain and keep that blue energy. Standing you in your truth, giving you power. You're standing within understanding. You're not over here trying to understand how to get a nut, but the card is number 4. Nut, N-U-T. Nut, number 4. Understanding. Goddess of the sky and celestial bodies. She swallows the setting sun and gives birth to it in the morning. Her immense naked body covered with stars is stretched out to form an arch that towers over the whole earth, Mother Earth type energies. Her arched position clearly shows her power in the sky and over the celestial objects, like she's running the firmament, taking care of everything on Mother Gaia. Her nakedness represents the purification of the soul, purging these people. They just expelling their life force, but they're giving it to this energy up here that's not expelling it. She's like so you absorbing the energy, the dense energy. Your divine team is like a gargantuan, and everything that they waste of their life force and they don't utilize it right is being repurposed, cleansed, purified, and repurposed. So you bigger than life in so many ways in the spirit, because you have understanding, even when it comes to how you expel your nuts. You are like a Hyoka empath. Hyoka is what that reminds me of. But you are an alchemical force that's obvious for the world to see. And because you have this force, you have a stability and an equilibrium. Eye of Horus. You bring on endings so you could begin new cycles. You don't stand and absorb the negative dense energies. You purge and cleanse it. And then you overstand it so it can understand you. You command it. It doesn't command you. And for this is like, shoot, get out of here. Go away, you bother me. Shoot energy. Look at her over here again. Nut. Understanding, overstanding Mother Earth. Gaia standing over, helping to balance and protect masculine energies as well, bringing order and peace and balance in all houses. Purification, which is bringing you Jeb, prosperity, fruitfulness, herons, birds, herons, prosperity, flight, rareness, right? And then I haven't even opened up this deck yet, but the bottom of the deck, you got she-shot. She-shot representing wisdom. Whatever knowledge you have acquired that you applied, you have the formula to life essence, living in peace, not chasing chaos, but living in peace, not chasing hypersexualized, overpopulated energies. Like everybody wanted a big butt until everybody had a big butt. Now it's a BBL problem. But you might have a natural one and they try to talk mess about you. And when they got it and when it didn't work out, they got rid of it. Instead of understanding that you're born with how you're born, make the best of what you got and appreciate what you have and work with that. And don't try to be like everybody else, because it's not the similarities that make you different. It's the differences in the individualities that create you to stand out. The uniqueness. Not following the crowd, not doing what everybody else is doing, not watching certain TV shows or certain types of movies to be hypersexualized or hyper-energized, to only worry about superficial things, knowing there's more to life, having an understanding, to have an overstanding. Her naked body covered with stars is stretched out to form an arch that towers over the whole earth. Her arch position clearly shows her power in the sky and over celestial objects. Her nakedness represents the purification of the soul. See, cleansed and purified. Return, multiply, magnify expeditiously. The stars that cover her symbolize the resurrection, the great light that illuminates. Your life is a mysterious journey, right? Not a destination, an experience of a journey. You have reached this point, and Nut wants to help you understand your purpose and your destiny. Therefore, press on with confidence, because now you know that there will be favorable events on the horizon and you might achieve your desired objects. I'm not AI imposed. You'll know it's me when you speak to me. There's nobody that's going to be able to steal my work or to steal my voice and to act like she's me, or that's perjury. Whatever this chick is recording, I will still sue to the highest extent of the law. And you still will be protected under these harsh environments of these weird ass disrespectful people. So you got a bunch of people over here try to understand you, how to the kingdom you got the keys. How do you know what you know? How do you have an overstanding, understanding, so everything else is standing under you while you controlling your environment, no matter how people or situations or circumstances in the background are trying to maneuver the pieces of your life. Because no matter what they trying to do to cause a redirection, even as an experiment to see how you'll react or respond, you still coming out on top, because you're not losing your sense of worth, your sense of self. So people trying to understand you, understand you. But really they have to stand under you right now to figure you out. These people are trying to understand you. 5 of Pentacles. So you got people that's feeling left out in the cold. To the Queen of Swords. They saying that you cold, you distant, you keep your way separate from other people. Like you a recluse, eclectic. You don't really deal with people. You introvert. You don't got time for the fuck shit, is what I heard. You know, if it's not about business, this is none of your business. You're not even trying to get on that level with nobody at this point. You just find an understanding of self. So you could ride the current of what Holy Spirit is downloading you to move in the direction you moving. So 8 of Cups. These people feeling left out in the cold, like you're like an ice queen, an alchemical force that has walked away into your own version of who you were bust out your cocoon to be. Your butterfly wings are spread wide and vast. 7 of Wands energy. You're very protected, and you defend yourself with alchemy anytime somebody try to bring a spiritual war to you. And you make it look easy. You don't even have to bat an eye, like you have eyes behind your head. You know how to defend yourself for somebody that's trying to send adverse energies to keep you stuck out of prosperity while you alchemizing your prosperous life moving forward. They don't have to like that. They have to get the message. It comes in at you fast. You block their messages out and you transmute that energy and utilize it to create another stepping stone for yourself, an alchemical force. Eight of Wands energy. Messages coming at you fast. Downloads coming at you fast. Just as fast as Holy Spirit drops it in, you hit it on the head and you go in the direction led. You don't ask about the chaos on the outside. No matter how crazy it sounds, you listen to your holy guides. You receive messages, divine messages, third-party energies on a cup of your love. How do you get your messages from above? Taking a life from chaos. They want to see some doves. I want to see some doves, please. They want to have some of your messages work with you so you could alchemize a different type of outcome for them. One that's more stable, more equal for them. Potential clients, potentially. Like how they see that you conduct business and you don't play. When you focus on your prosperity, you're not focusing on nobody else's lack. And if they don't know how to stand stoic in their energy and do what they need to do to get the job done properly before they start playing, then you leave them out with that superficial shit. Teach them how to focus on the spirit. Three of Wands. You have the foresight to see. Maybe you're a seer or a clair or a knower or a divine being, or you so in tune with your intuition that you will listen to your intuition every time, because man will fall short, women will fall short, but your intuition don't ever let you down. Think about all the incidences in the past. When have your intuition ever let you down yet? So you have understanding, overstanding, and certain energies that these people don't have. And they want to study your DNA like you're an alien. How do you alchemize stuff like this? We need to know this too. You like a Hakoya empath out here. A Hioka, sorry. And it's not like you need to renew in what you do. You're solidified in where you at. You stable. And you equalize imbalances and impurities in your life, and then you don't renew them. You don't give them a chance to be reborn again to disrupt your foundation of your harvest. Like you cut away and throw away unripened fruit or overripe fruit or whatever doesn't serve. You might use it as mulch. You take what you need from it to use that nourishment to grow something else and repurpose it, but you don't allow new situations to be rebirthed into your circumstance if it's going to destabilize you. That's how you keep the peace and order in your life. You have the foresight to see, to know, to cut things off that don't serve you sooner than later. Yeah, because they just 10 of Wands, burdens, or if you turn it in reverse, they're even more insurmountable burdens. 9 of Wands, energy. Don't need to be trapped mind, body, and soul. Release it so you can move on. Confirmation. Release it so you can have a page of swords, a new beginning when you can cut through all the chatter. Hear what's for you and what's not for you. Know how to disengage with liars who just trying to snuff out your chances of equilibrium in life. Because when you have equilibrium and order, you can focus within peace and you can manifest and grow. You can't manifest and grow within the chaos because you can't work with that distressed flesh with the divine. Anything that doesn't serve your purpose, any liars or people who try to put you down or treat other people that way, then you stay away from them. That's how you keep order and peace in your life. People trying to study how come you don't renew contracts with certain people, liars, people who talk too much and brought discord into your life. How do you so easily block them out? Ace of Wands energy and just start on new journeys. Ace of Wands energy to the 10 of Swords, to the 5 of Cups. You have no regrets. You don't mind being independent, single, sexy, successful, free, and self-made. You don't mind leaving out people in the past who have stabbed you in the back and try to use what they knew about you as word verses, as you use lies as truths to try to hurt you, to betray you, to get a come up off of you on any level. They look like they mess up one time. You cut their ass off quick, fast, in a hurry. You block them out. 2 swords to the page of swords. And then you keep going. You don't deal with gossipers, bullshitters, procrastinators, people who take the passion out of life or waste too much of their life force worrying about hypersensitive things that, sexual things that don't need to be addressed. You walk away from it. 9 of Cups energy, and you stay free from it. 9 of Pentacles energy. A single bachelor or bachelorette that's happy and content, independent without having to be codependent on anyone or anything. Living your life your way. Loving life. Loving life without all the gossip, without all the bullshit. How did you pull it off? How come you don't got no feelings about who you cut off? Because you said you're too blessed to be stressed. We're balanced in the process of being restored. You don't have to sit back wasting your time, trying to re-critique what Holy Spirit has ordained in your life. You know what's meant and what's not meant. You move accordingly. You move accordingly. Creation. You're not here to create what Holy Spirit already created. You're here to move in alignment so the balance can continue to be restored. With so much fucked up people in the world, you need some good people in the world to balance it out too. You don't have to recreate the wheel. You understand? You can critique it, but you don't have to recreate it. Genesis. It's a new beginning. It's a new day. Because if you could do it, we could do it too. Instead of letting people bully us in our subconscious and rewire our synapses so we can only think about hypersexualized things, how about we focus on a brighter day and not focus on worrying about ways of the world, superficial things, and only things of the lower regions, as opposed to having fire in our crown chakra, 7th heaven, that we can't see Holy Spirit right for our eyes, right for our face, because our lower regions is in our mind only thinking about passionate things, only worrying about materialistic things, ways of the earth, but not focusing on Holy Spirit. Tarot, Genesis. Let's read this card collectively. Number 24, 6, balance, peace. It's not about them, it's about you. So, Tauret, Genesis, she is a great protectress of pregnant women and children, and she remains vigilant even while sleeping. The goddess is depicted, right? Can't see what's right before your eyes until you open them and look at what's right in front of you. Oh, so she's fertile. Well, that, over there getting the nut and then planted something in the in the oven. Okay. No disrespect to the gods, the goddesses. The goddess is depicted with the features of a pregnant hippo, having human breasts, standing on 2 legs and sporting a crocodile's tail on her back. She is regarded as the mother of the sun and participates in his daily rebirth. Additionally, she aids the deceased in being reborn to a new existence. Wow. Get on my level. Get on my level. They don't know how to renew. They don't know how to be reborn again. So they trying to study you so they could get as fertile as you. Get on my level. Ooh. Additionally, I reiterate, she aids the deceased in being reborn to a new existence. That's exactly what this reading was about so far. People studying you so they could get to that nirvana in their own life. Stop chasing and attract, alchemize, like the force you are, alchemically. So she symbolizes everything that contributes to the generation and manifestation of things. They want to know how you a great manifester. This might suggest that you could embark on some new projects or anticipate some news in the offing. It represents the birth of something novel, the arrival of a new life, or the initiation of a relationship in your life. Whether it is in the initial stages or in the context of a strong, enduring bond like marriage. How do they get rid of the old, outdated paradigm thinking contracts in their life that's stagnating them from having a natural growth that's organic from the Most High? And how could they move more like you? Not like in a vain way, but just in a not get so caught up in your emotions that you can't let shit go kind of way. How about you can't take none of it with you? Everything turns back to ashes, dust to dust. What's the legacy you gonna leave? What carbon footprint did you impress? What did you transform in crystalline so that you can help others cleanse, purify, decalcify those pineal glands and ascend into a lighter version of themselves? To stop thinking linear and think multidimensional, realizing how the mind and the consciousness and the subconscious works. You're trying to force something that was never meant to be forced. It was meant to be experienced. Okay, Holy Spirit. Yeah. Okay, baby. Complete skill. Pata nefertum. Skill and completedness. That's what you are. Helping God, a leader. Helping God others to a life of being unencumbered. A skill of how to break free from the entrapments. Having a completedness in life is a skill. Pata, the skill number 15 of Pata. God and patron of craftsmen, the architects as well as of knowledge and know-how. He is an engineer, bricklayer, blacksmith, and artist. He is depicted as a mummified man with a beard, holding the Ankh spectre, the symbol of life, and the Jed, staff of power, a symbol of stability. Ptah provides you with the state of effortless concentration. Bringing you lightness and familiar skill, he will make it easy for you to perform all manner of operations. Under his influence and through serene objectivity, you have the chance to transform your work into play and develop the power of mental development, the ability to transform things, or the capacity to awaken passions, but also to dominate them. And nobody gonna come and take what's yours because it's for you. It's a natural given talent to be this way. So they can't mimic it. Anytime they try to mimic it, it just becomes more watered down. And people see more of the, the clone, the not completedness that it is, because you're such a complete package. That's why people study you and watch you at times, because you are completedness. These people don't meditate. Meditation in reverse. So that means you meditate and you focus inwardly. Excuse me. And they don't have no perseverance because they can't endure like you do. That's why they don't renew, because they don't shed old skins. They don't hator. They're hator of life. They don't want to acquire the intelligence to apply that knowledge so they could acquire the wisdom, and move on into completedness. Neferta, number 36, number 9, end of the cycle, karmic cycle over. His name means, perfect without equal. He is the god of perfumes who relieves suffering, and is also the god of immortality. He is depicted as a young boy wearing a simple skirt and having a lotus flower on his head. The lotus flower is a symbol of birth and regeneration, and for this reason, he is known as the deity of sweet smells. He represents the complete fusion with the universe, ultimate success, completedness, triumph, and initiatives, and the fullness of one's own energies. That's what the whole reading is about. They want to know how you do it. How you do that, girl? How you do that, man? Put me on. Put me on. Right? They want to know how you follow the heavenly guidance and how will you receive the appropriate reward and hold the right position in a higher spiritual hierarchy. How do you stand in your authority? How do you take control of your life, your connection with the divine? If you are royal, how do you find it from within? Because you have to remove all the external to even hear the within. Remember that the initiate is the one who harbors the seed of light within himself. And that's why you're a leader. Because you don't expect nobody to stand in the place and do it for you. You don't try to steal from nobody else to get to that position. You're not using your passions to get you to where you want to go in life. You're moving more like a monk or a nun. And you're keeping your life force abstained so you can pursue life with a lighter sense, like less burden. When it's time to transition, you're not going to have to come back repaying karmic debt. You brought an equilibrium to generations from the past and moving forward. You have stability and you balanced out karmic debt because you're a generational curse breaker, and that's what you guys do in that position. That's why people don't realize they over here messing with somebody that was divinely guided to be in the position that you're in. And that's why things fall apart for them. Because it's so important for it to happen for you so you can help lead others in the direction they were meant to go. You know, whether these people like it or not, it's not up to them. You a lover of life. I'm a lover, not a fighter. I was just listening to that, The Girl Is Mine. I was like, let me find out Michael and Paul McCartney was really fighting over those masters, right? Oh, wow, in the box still, right? Yeah. How was that stuck in a box? Like, oh, what in the world? Look at that. I guess we know what cards Holy Spirit wants you guys to see, want us to see. Woo. First thing, bottom of the deck out the box. Give up control. Release your grip on an outcome and embrace the present moment's wisdom. Why? Because what was left on the table. Holy Spirit is granting you a spiritual retreat in this vortex of change while you acknowledge what role you play in your life. Become accountable for the actions that you created, the ripples in life. How do you stand 10 toes down and secure the balance and the equilibrium, knowing what you did, how you did it, cleansing debt, doing it for the highest, greatest good of the all, moving forward, having a spiritual retreat, releasing, letting go, tending to your own needs and spirit and health and mind and body. That will bring everything into alignment. Energy is energy. That includes your finances as well. Engage with the vortex of change, where energy swirl in transformative dances, molding anew. Now that you had to go through to relieve your skin, release the old skin that no longer fits, and then you had to be vulnerable with a soft exoskeleton. If anything touch you, it can harm you. So instead of you being out in the world for Holy Spirit to mess with you while you being saved and allowing your energy to be cleansed and purified, and you standing up renewed in the Spirit, Holy Spirit is protecting you. Secrets emerge in this vortex of change that you're in. You're no longer eclipsed in a concealment of lack of knowledge. Now you have the secrets because you're going within. You're not chaos and distorted. You're calm and peace and you're listening. And in the rhythm of cycles, the hidden is unveiled. Await the reveal within an open heart and mind. They want to know what's in your DNA. Spirit showing them how it's in their DNA to act their DNA. Their cavern of secrets. Everybody don't have this gift. Just like everybody can't imagine things. They can't see things in their minds. Everybody, you know, not wired the same. Some people ride in cars, they don't drive the cars. Some people cook the food, other people eat the food, can't cook. Some people like to run, some people don't have the capacity to run. They don't want to because they don't like it. Everything's different. So what's meant for you will find you if you put yourself out there as an open receptor for the energy to show that you're prepared and ready. And you take one step forward and the universe takes 2 steps towards you, 3, 4, 5 steps. But you have to be open to receive. You're not going to do that in the distressed flesh of trying to live your life according to what other people want for your life course. Some of them don't have your better interests in heart, and they just want you to not prevail so you don't leave them where they at. No. Go within so you can receive these cavernous secrets. You give up control, take the spiritual retreat, accept the vortex of change. While you move in prosperity, and more secrets emerge. Nobody knows what's going on. Whenever you pop out, you don't have to show it off, right? You don't have to act a certain way. You just move accordingly. With divine love, you turn the page and you move forward. You embrace the new. You humble. You're not egotistical. You embrace new chapters with curiosity. Openness paves the path to wisdom. You acquire more knowledge so you can attain more wisdom. Cavernous secrets unveiling the hidden wonders within the shadowy depths of enigmatic secrets and concealed wisdom. Now it's time to turn the page. When it's not time to reconnect with the world as soon as you do it. It's time to, see, it's stuck. It's not time. You gotta wait. Look at that. You gotta wait for those gates of opportunities. It's too soon. If it's too mature, you might pull it apart and the wings doesn't properly chafe, like when the butterfly is coming out of the cocoon after the crystalline stage. The spiritual retreat is so you can mature your angel wings, so you can ascend in a sense. If you don't chase your wings, you won't ever be able to fly because you didn't go through the gauntlet to get your skin toughened up to be able to deal with the challenges of life. Being able to turn the page with the cavernous secrets that Holy Spirit bestows upon you for whatever your individual purposeful life is, mission in life is, or service to the Most High is. Gently release. It's not about just going with it anymore. You did the hard part and faced your fears, came out of overwhelming emotions when you couldn't really understand what was going on, and you see that it's not worth the trade. You got one lifetime, and your life is finite. Why spend an eternity trying to fix somebody who's broken that don't want to be fixed? That's a personal journey. If you don't let them chafe their own wings, for they too, as a butterfly, will not transform. Let them have their own experiences, because if they don't experience it, they may not ever learn, right? Let yourself surrender to the flow of life, mysterious currents. You can't do a yourself journey holding somebody else's hand. See this, she's in this by herself. She came in by herself. She's going to leave by herself. No matter what fishes she run into the ocean along the way, it's an individual journey. And that's a slow climb because there's not a particular destination except everyday confirmation to be a better version of yourself, doing better than what you did yesterday. Acknowledge if you did some fucked up shit, correct that stuff, apologize if you have to, not apologize. Be sincere and tap out. You don't have to be involved in every single thing all the time. You don't have to see all the events with fear of missing out. It's a slow climb. Moving more like a monk and a nun, not worrying about worldly, superficial things anymore. Just getting a grip, cleansing and purifying, reflecting. Not being depressed, not being anxious for what's coming, but being in the present, seeing how far you come in life and continuing forward which direction you want to go. You are getting there one steady step at a time with a little bit of effort. It's slow climb. You can't get there hippity hop like the rabbit. I get it spring equinox and what have you. Baby steps, 1 foot in front of the other, one at a time, is how human beings spiritual beings that's having a human experience. Well, in the human aspect, the temple, the vessel, uses the feet when there. For those who don't have physical ailments. I'm not talking about you guys. One step at a time. I was just picturing that somebody was pushing a wheelchair. We would do it one arm at a time, but no, it's both hands at the same time unless they're taking a turn or they're trying to jump a curb or something. It's a slow process either way. See, you got to think of the steps. It becomes natural over time, of course. But even like a newborn learning to crawl, then moving into walking, it's tedious at first, and you're going to fall a few times, and you're not going to sit and cry about it too long. You're going to get up and do it again until you get used to it, until it's like clockwork, until it becomes a lifestyle, not a forced destination. There's no rush. It's no rush. It's for the highest, greatest good of the all, starting with the favor in you, right? You can't serve two masters. How can you serve peace if you're always in chaos? I'm just saying, Holy Spirit representing peace, and chaos is represented by the devil. You can't serve two masters at the same time. Distress plus is not going to house blessings. You're going to have to cleanse and purify and make room in your temple, in your cup, to be refilled, to be restored. But it's a slow climb for the highest, greatest good of you and others. So you don't catch your pearls before swine. Give your pearls to dogs, and they're not going to treat it with the same love, right? Your garden don't have time to develop and mature, and you'll have no harvest because you gave away all your blessings before you had a chance to learn them, engage with them, and grow with them, and nourish from them on your own pace. You can't help nobody else till you can help yourself. And then when you can help yourself, if you give it all away and they don't know what to do with it, they can't give it back to you, right? That's why I had to stop lending out money. Because when I need to borrow money, I didn't have the same. I couldn't go back to those people who borrowed it from me, right? Look at that, right? Holy Spirit said, love yourself and take precautions. It's for your highest, greatest good. You could lend it out when people having a rough road, but when the tables turn, who's going to be there for you? A lot of people already showed you they was out with it, and then you can't even be mad or take it personal. We're in a different economy right now. Everything's different. So yeah, take precautions, remain vigilant and receptive, learning from each revelation as you navigate this life's journey, because it's for the highest, greatest good of you and the all, right? People who didn't put the work in will not have their wishes granted. And that too is for the highest, greatest good of the all. It's like they saying, when you purchase a house, people that rent a house will destroy a house quicker because they don't know the value of owning the house, like taking care of it and nurturing it. So they don't mind destroying it because they didn't have to invest in it. So if those people are not ready to walk on the level where you're at with it, it's because they still have more learning to do. So they can appreciate what Holy Spirit would bless them with. But that's not your concern. You have to worry about your life, your pattern, your legacy, your steps, your carbon footprints. Embrace the journey with openness, trusting in the universe to lead you towards your greatest fulfillment. That's unencumbered. And I'm here, I was watching that yesterday. Thundercats is on the move, Thundercats is loose. Sort of omens gave you sight beyond sight. Thunder, thunder, Thundercats. Oh, touch not my anointed, harm not my prophets. You see danger coming 80 miles away, and you let them go and figure it out on their own. Take great care, because I'm not going to be there for your upside ass to come back into my life and turn my shit topsy-turvy anymore. I'm learning how to turn the other cheek, not have survivor's guilt, not feel bad, not coddle you. Even if I give you advice in the right direction, I'm not going to hold your hand and take every step with you. You're going to have to do your own work. Everybody got to hold their own nuts. Hold your own nut. taking great care. Individual journey. Self-sustainability means you're not burdening anybody, but you can barter with everybody. Learn your talents, so in times of need, when money don't have any value, you still have something to bring to the table. Like, yeah, well, maybe I don't have the rice fields, but I got the mango tree. Or maybe I don't have the mango tree, but I saved the goat for the goat milk. You know, you can still work it out if you want milk. I don't know. I don't know who drinking goat milk up in this piece. That was so random. But yeah, barter. Somebody's a seamstress while another knows how to knit or crochet. Somebody makes the pants, somebody else makes the shirts. You never know. It's what works. Somebody's a plumber, another's an architect. They building a house. They creating a foundation. But nurturing yourself, prioritize well-being, and tread gently on your journey ahead, because the road have been paved for you before you knew this frequency to solidify in this existence of your consciousness, that you want to experience this for the greater creator right now, right? This is where you're at in your matrix. And if you're getting out of the matrix to an extent of not being so stuck, confirmation with like Neo with that big cable tube in the back of his damn neck. You're like the newborn baby just waking up in a pod, seeing everybody else the fuck sleeping. You like, oh shit, where do I go to next? Take it easy and take care of yourself and move accordingly. And a spirit said await further instruction. I'm like, what does that even mean? Await further instruction. Give up control. Right? Don't worry about everything that's behind the veil all the time. Give the Spirit what you give the Spirit and leave it in Holy Spirit hands. Release your grip on the outcome and embrace the present moment's wisdom. Continue to seek clarity, right? And continue to ignite your creativity. Those creations are clearing the path for you. This is reminding me of when you're feeling overwhelmed and you want to quiet your soul. Just take the time to paint. Maybe somebody likes to paint. Work with colors, pastels or something. You know, clear the blockages so you can stay on the right path while you're seeking clarity, while relieving the stress in your body. So as you're mending your heart and your circumstance, you'll be able to choose the right path wisely in this labyrinth of life. That's in case somebody wanted to read that. My fingers weren't in the way. All right. You up to one last move to fully experience this journey. No more illusions. That's what I saw, right? No illusions. Having honest echoes of the life you want, the roles you play, the direction you're going to walk, the people, places, and things you're going to entertain, and how you're going to show up in the world for yourself and others. Walking on your path to authenticity. You go ahead, you strong, divine collective. No more duality, dance with these clowns. You are now ready for more adventures. The great resurrection of the divine being Christ consciousness has arrived. You decalcifying that pineal gland is a worthy goal. It's divinely guided, and that's why you're receiving this wise counsel now, so you could go in the right direction. So Holy Spirit says, stay in the flow. Sorrow heals, let it burn. Let it burn, let it burn, let it burn. Transform and rise. Let it burn. You already succumbed to the mountains. You like at the peak, at a summit or something. Sorrow heals. Okay? A need, feel free to seek wise counsel, seek guidance from trusted friends or mentors to help you along. Right? Maybe before you wasn't getting advice, and now you finding a tribe that's more on your level that you can speak to and open up about your spiritual experience. Being more on the spiritual side and not like religion, like a cult where you're hiding, but more spiritual, where you have a natural, organic connection with your Creator. So you can be divinely guided by the light codes and the downloads sent to you by the universe. Trust the wisdom of the universe and remain open to receive guidance as you journey through life mysteries. Thank you, Holy Spirit. I saw all of that by seeing the clouds. That's the light codes, and the downloads right there. The intuition. Keeping your mind, body, and soul cleansed is a worthy goal. Get out and be inspired to keep working toward your life's purpose. Holy Spirit, send it in your divine team so nobody gonna be able to target that. They can't just hit one because it's just so many. It's so vast they won't have a regular target to hit anymore. Spiritual beings are waking up to their divine self and this new adventure of life with this grove of unity. Bind energies in the unified sanctuary of the grove, fostering interconnected harmony amongst all beings. Peace, love, Christ consciousness. What would Christ do? What would Yeshua do? Why am I going to harm another? Would I want that to happen to my brother, sister, or my mother, or my child? No. Resurrection of divine love. Everybody carries their own burden, their own cross. If they don't recover and come back, it's just not their time yet. They have to stay asleep until they're ready to wake up. But when you have that resurrection, when you shake off the past and rise again, you reinvent yourself and you will rise up from the ashes even more powerful, like a great phoenix. They get too close to the fire, they will get burnt because you already burnt it away. You follow the real promise of the Holy Spirit, you dancing with life. But if they keep trying to come back to you to get hurtful events, they won't get the same reaction out of you, which is going to burn them and trigger them to heal their own sorrows and problems, because it takes two to fight and you're not fighting with them. You over here embracing the unknown with curiosity. You letting each journey shape your path and wisdom. And you're not going back to no old houses. You paving a new path, staying in the flow while you do so. No more fully immersed in the bullshit people was trying to keep you submerged in emotions to keep you distracted from staying in the flow with the Most High. Surrender to the rhythm of life, remaining open to opportunities and lessons as they naturally unfold. A true organic connection with Holy Spirit, like I said. Right? Holy Spirit want to put me down here right now to sit down and teach, to make people understand. You know when somebody lying to you. You know when somebody using you. You could go take a $10 out your wallet right now and throw it up to the sky and say, here's Holy Spirit, go feed somebody else in another country. How that's going to work for you. Or you can send correct prayers and energies and, direct them to the right sources to help lead to those things, confirmation, like a mass of prayer. Could you imagine if everybody praying the same thing at the same time for the highest, greatest good of the all, the different lands that we can heal, starting from the inside, start breaking it down, bringing more peaceable solutions, people, places, and things, and getting rid of the tyrants and the ugly energies that's been dominating for way too long by way of exposure. The shift is here and it's splitting. There's a certain way you have to fight this spiritual battle. No need to get knocked over to try to play Holy Spirit when Holy Spirit just needs you to focus and heal you. Like, you ever had a situation where you didn't really need somebody help, like you the hostess of a party and it's only like a 10 to 15 person venue, you don't need anybody help, you just don't want anybody to get in the way. Go sit down and be productive and make it come together unified for the overall goal of the situation, but you handling your part so they don't get in the way while you handling your part. Go handle their part over there. And then we all come together and share a diverse energy, like that one love type energy, but for real, for real. Staying in the flow, not focusing on everything that's messed up in the world, becoming the best version of yourself. So you don't have to be codependent on anybody else, right? Where you can send people in the right direction to be more self-sustainable, as opposed to them trying to be codependent on you or anybody else. Because that codependency makes you weak. A person could use you and hurt you and abuse you or unalive you if you don't give them what they want, but you can create that for yourself in a different vernacular. You don't have to want for nothing from nobody else, and then you can slowly rebuild to what critiques to your life without having to ask anybody else to do it. You'd be surprised how it's a little easier to be motivated to go to the store for yourself if there's nobody around to do it for you. And over time, you find a way that best works for you. It's helping you to stimulate your circulation, helping you to get fresh air, to be outside, to be in vitamin D. It does so many good things as opposed to just saying, here's my money, I'll spend this and you can deliver it to me, or, I'll pay somebody to do it. You get in the know and you being proactive, which is restoring vitality to your life because you're rebuilding your stamina by staying active, not letting your muscles, what's that word? Something like a preacher, something like when you don't use the muscle and it starts to not be able to work, it stiffens up and stuff. I can't think of that word, but somebody know what I'm talking about. If you feel like it, leave it in the comments. But yeah, somebody want to study how a earth angel or a star seed is connected and in tune with the Most High. Want to take you apart to study your DNA. Well, really, they need to be studying their own DNA to see why they tick like they do and why they think they need anybody else to tell them how to validate and confirm their own life choices. That's not a strength, that's a weakness. It means you don't have enough confidence and faith in yourself to be solidified in the choice that you make and stand 10 toes down on it. You want to pivot in case it didn't please crowd A, or you want to pivot in case it didn't please crowd B. Wear on millions of masks to appease whatever room you're in. And you can just be your authentic self and move how you move. And to that, the people that's for you is going to attract to you and levitate to you. Not trying to put on no different makeup and mask to fit in anybody's crowd, but just knowing where you fit in because the energy don't lie and it pulls you together. It's authentic. Staying in the flow. Surrendering, again, surrendering to the rhythm of life. Remaining open to opportunities and lessons as they naturally unfold. You never force. Holy Spirit not going to force anyone because it's free will. It's all about clarity. And when you know what you have the power to do, you don't have to sit around and expect nobody else to do it for you. You can do it for yourself. Enjoy the adventure of life. The hurtful events happen. It has messed up. You have to get over it and heal. You recognize what those energies feel like so you won't get snared in that trap again. You relieve yourself sooner than later. Because why would you stay around to get abused by anybody if you're not abusing nobody? That doesn't make logical sense. You could tell a person who they are, but you don't got to keep nailing it in their head because people know who they are when they're showing you who they are. You just got to make sure you're safe. One strike rule. You tried. You did your best. You gave it your best effort. You were honest. And if somebody destroys that, it wasn't that time. People have more learning and more healing to do. If it's meant for y'all to come across one another's path again, if that's what Holy Spirit wills, then so shall it be. Well, at least enjoy life while you're living it, right? Miserable people are going to be miserable. Let them be that way. That don't have nothing to do with you. Live your life in alignment because balance is being restored. Simply because you're not trying to live your life to please nobody else anymore. You're living your life for you now, taking the reins back. knowing people gonna be who they are, and you can't control that. You can't control nobody, but you can only control yourself and how you react and respond to life. And that's gonna dictate your forward movements. You take the wrong step and you won't have your life no more. You can get locked away. God forbid you hurt somebody. So don't hurt yourself. Don't hurt nobody else. And stay away from people who will try to hurt you. You make sure they're not trying to hurt themselves, of course, but and maybe not to them, but to a level of they hurting anybody else, Protect the innocent. Protect the children and the elderly. But not to a point where you put yourself in danger. But unity. Well, we read out these tears from the weeds. No more reason to lose any life again with them working his dark arts behind the scene. When you know what witchcraft look like, what the symptoms feel like, then you know what to look for and what to pray against. You're not always looking for it, you just know when you're feeling. Protect yourself a little more. Because it's up to them, they would do it every day, all the time. But everybody got to take a break one way or the next. And if some people don't leave you alone to let you live your life, Holy Spirit makes them leave you alone so you can live your life. You don't worry about those things. Just continue loving you while you're loving life. And love that which loves you properly. Because once you heal, you can easily recognize unhealed. And you don't let no unhealed bring you down to their level. You don't stand under nobody. You overstand and you inspire. And if you can't lift them up to be a better version of themselves right where they stand in that moment, you don't really need to be around them too long so they don't bring you down. It's simple mathematics. It's just applying the formula once you receive it. Are you strong enough to stand 10 toes down? Or are you going to coddle a narcissist and allow them to abuse you until you realize what somebody's doing? How many strikes do they need? How many chances do they need? The Holy Spirit already showing you, and people already showing you who they are. Why even risk it? No more spell casting. None of that's going to work on you again. You have no more people around you with attachments. You don't have no attachments potentially. You exercise them off of you by cleansing your energy and moving correctly with Holy Spirit. Capricorn energies. You release these STDs, spiritually transmitted demonic people that you couldn't trust. You can trust him in a reverse. Capricorn energy can't put no more spell casting or saying that you are possessed or you're a devil or a witch or saying that you have an STD. Nobody trusts this Capricorn anymore. They didn't think that you would protect your energy. They didn't want people to think that you were a divine team player. But people see it's obvious that you can be trusted. You are a spiritual leader is what I'm hearing. And this devil have to stand down who've been trying to call you a devil projecting on you. You move in universal love and natural strength, right? What are your strengths? You do hand yoga. You meditate. You go in nature. You hug trees. You don't hide behind religious occults with old lady and old man gangs, right? The old lady gang. The religious cult that want to kick your ass. Because you get divine love through spiritual and you're not dropping money in their plate. You're not paying tithes the traditional way. So they think you don't serve the same God they serve. Like, it's weird. You talking about divine love. That's what Holy Spirit is about, the barter the love. They over here trying to call you high while they astral projecting to you to try to steal your dreams to see how they could get into your life. Sit still and call your power back now when you didn't know that these people were astral projecting to you. The universe had to sit their silly asses down. They must be high, stupid, or dumb, but they were out here gossiping on you, leading people to think that you was high or crazy because you didn't worship, you didn't believe in God the way they believe in God. So for that, you must be a devil. God kept them busy and distracted in their own energies in reverse. Try to say you ain't have God in your life, that you're a liar, that you must be high. You're not spiritual. You're not spiritual. You're balanced. You're not balanced in your chakra, and your root chakra. Like you have a distorted womb area, reproductive area from your sacral down. You're imbalanced. So they out here trying to say you hypersexualized. That red energy, real promise. Releasing the chains of the past when this person was saying you were in Jezebelian energy in a party life and dancing to the rhythm of possibility. That you had to go your own way from a time when you didn't trust yourself because these people was behind the scenes talking about you, making your life a living hell. And you can be trusted. And that cat was trying to be a player. Somebody with the letters B, C, M, K, Q, P, R, E, or S in their initials, first, last, or middle initials. B, C, M. Do you see him, B? Because he pressed. Aquarius energies, temperance angels, showing that you cannot trust this Aries energy potentially. Somebody trying to bring war to you by gossiping. This Aries gossiping with this Capricorn to try to make you look like a prosty in these streets. Maybe you turned down their advances and they got mad because you said, I don't need no man. And they wanted to fill your mushy, gushy, bushy, cushy. And you wasn't giving them so, see, no tussy. Like Avon, tussy. And they wanted to have some adventures with you. They said, you don't get away from me. I'll punch you in the bolitas. Leave me alone. No, I'm not dancing with you fools. Now y'all not going to disrupt my sacral. So they tried to lie on you. You blew their mind that you told them no. And that was a magic opportunity for them to try to ruin your reputation. So they try to tell lies. Their true intentions, ulterior motives are trying to be in your face to try to get you to go on a date with them or have loose relations with them so they could break you off your flow and say you wasn't clean and pristine, but instead that you robbed the current and anything else that they were selling you. Even if it was raggedy, you do anything to get to the point where you had to go doing strange things for pieces of change to keep yourself rooted in stability so you can release burdens. Even if you let it burn, just cover it up. It's fast progress. Don't worry. Yeah, we got her. Now we can talk about her because she lay with us. Now we can go tell everybody that it's her that's burning, not us. And the lies have been exposed about how these men in the background trying to talk about an empress or emperor who's in their divine flow, focusing on spirituality and not out here being in these streets, planning wisely for their life while these people looking stupid, trying to cause chaos in the possibilities that's opened up to you by gossiping about you. You a balanced angel or earth angel energy, and they try to say you don't have no intuition, you don't use no third eye.